As you pick up things, you can write, take note of it. Feel free to stop me to ask questions, and God will help us. Let's just start with some vocal exercise, right? Let me just start with vocal exercise. So let's stand. Let's stand quickly. All right. So the drill is I'll count to 3. Then after that, you take in air gradually while I count to 5. Okay? Then immediately after that, you'd release the air you've just taken in, taking as much as possible. Gradually, I'll be counting to 5. Okay? Then release it as little as possible, miserly, with a hissing sound like while I count to 10. Okay? Can everybody do yes, just like that. Okay? I'll go over it again. I count to 3. You take in air gradually while I count to 5. Then while I count to 10. Is that fine? Is that fine? Yes. Can we do it? Your hands by your side. Yes. 2, 3, 4, and out. Go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and everything. All right. So, sopranos. Cuts. So let me hear the 3 parts. Go. Again. So we'll do the same drill. Take in air while I count 3. Then I count to 5 while you're breathing. Good. And hit it confidently. All right. Ready? Hands by your side, not on the chair, not in front of your laps, but by your side. 1, 2, breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, so you see what she's doing right here. Please don't do this while you're singing. Don't ever fold your hands when you're singing. When you do that, you're adding pressure to your lungs. Okay? Imagine what you do when you press an inflated balloon. What happens to it? The air comes out. Okay? So we'll do the same drill, but this time we invert the harmony upwards. Tenors, you do. Sing it. Altos. Sopranos. So let me have 3 parts. Go. So do the same drill. Remember, don't just start from beginning. No, you will not last. Okay, so go. Control it. All right. Let me hear the keynote again. Go. Altos are lost though. Where are we? And play your notes. Let me hear all the altos. Are you singing? Open your mouth. All right. Your keynote again. Taking air and do the same thing. 1, 2, breathe in gradually. 1, 2, 3, 4, go. 3, 4, 5. Hold that note. Hold it. Don't go flat. 7, 8. Sopranos, what's going on? 9. So what do you notice as we go higher in pitch? Your air. But you should walk towards that. I'm not trying to show you. You saw that you didn't last as long as before when the harmonies were lower. Okay? Let's go another step higher. Can we? Can we? Yeah. I can't hear you. Yes. What's that? Hit the note on the head. Yes. So let me have 3 notes. Go. Again, go. I'm hearing alto choir. Altos are supposed to be singing just one thing, but I'm hearing 4 parts alto. This is your note, alto. Let me hear that. Alto, this is your note. Go. Like someone sound like generator. No, this is your note here. Let me hear it. Let me hear the 3 parts again. Go. So after 3, ready? You breathe in. You know the drill. 1, 2, breathe in. 2, 3, 4, and go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Well done. Some people were doing like low chorus. While some people were doing 419. They'll start and stop. All right, sit. To cover it, feel free to stop me if you have questions that you would like to ask. Okay. So has any of you written a song before? Feel free. You've written a song. Who else? If you've written a song, raise it. Raise your hand. Oh, wow. Fantastic. Okay. So I'm just going to talk about songwriting, right? Briefly. Songwriting. Now, songwriting is an ideology, is a concept that can't really be taught, okay? But there are guidelines that can help you in your journey, okay? It's just like poetry. I mean, do we have arts, literature students here? Any? Is there any literature students here? Okay, you, right? Science. Science, raise your hands. The other people like money, come out, sorry. If people are not students, so which one? Peace, you uncle. Which one are you? So why didn't you raise your hand? You're not proud of your
No, I am.
of your discipline. Okay, so just like you have in poetry, you have songwriting, deliver a message, right? In song to capture emotions. We're all gospel ministers here, yeah? Right?
Yes.
Okay, so the goal is also to take people on a journey to a deeper place in fellowship with their maker, with God, right? To minister in song to people, to minister the word of God, to uplift people, to lift broken hearts. So when you're talking about songwriting, I would say there is no rule. Okay? There's no rule to songwriting, but there are tools. Right? There's no rule, but there are tools. Right? Or maybe there's just one rule. You have to know the rule first that you want to break, right? Yeah, you get. So there are tools, so many tools that can help you. How many of you have started writing a song and then you're just lost? You don't know where to go to again. Don't know what to write again. Nothing is just coming. You're blank, right? So the first thing I'll say is, I told people in the morning, something that can help you in songwriting is you should learn how to play an instrument. Okay? And when I say learn how to play an instrument, I'm going to exclude percussive instruments that are not voiced. Okay, so instruments like drum. Some people now they say, oh, I play an instrument. What instrument do you play? Talking drum. No, please. So voiced instruments like piano, brass family, woodwind, trumpets like here, saxophone, guitar, string instruments that produce voice. Okay? Learn to play those instruments. It would really, really help you. At least the basic level of you being able to play simple chord progressions. Okay? Because melody and harmonies are very related. I told people in the morning that music is a seed. Here, I drew it. Music is a circle. Basically, that's how I like to see music, right? If you learn something here, right, you can come and meet it here tomorrow, right? You learn something here that you think is profound. While you're learning something else, you'll see that same thing you learned before in relation to it. All right, that's really how music is, and you'll see it at work right here. That was what happened in the morning. Okay, that's how music is. It's actually really simple. So when it comes to songwriting, learning to play a voiced instrument would really help you, right? So I saw there are so many people that like to play the guitar. I would encourage you to learn it. It's even easier now to pick up an instrument and learn on your own. You can actually learn on your own. You really, I say that in quotes, do not need a teacher, right? But at the same time, you need a teacher for maybe just mentorship. Okay, do this now, do this. Okay, I'm stuck. How did you overcome this? This is what I did. You understand? You can't get all those kinds of knowledge from a book or material. But if it's to learn it, there are tools. I can recommend some of them. So if you want to learn even to sing, if you want to increase your musicianship, ear training. I talked about ear training in the morning. Ear training basically is you being able to identify pitch by ear, like second nature. Okay? If I shout peace, her face lifts up automatically without her permission. Do you understand? So the same way if I do this, I know that it's far on C major. Do you understand? So just like second nature, your ears should be trained. So I'll just recommend, because I don't have so much time, I recommend some applications that can help you with your musicianship journey. One of them, and I use them, one of them is Musician. Okay, so you can use this to learn to play the guitar, you can use it to learn singing, you can use it to learn piano, violin, ukulele. For ear training, and it's fun. This is like, you know how you're playing Subway Surf on your phone, right? And you're enjoying it. So imagine learning music like a game. So that's what these applications have helped us to do. For ear training, there's Perfect Ear. Okay. So I'm recommending apps that I have used myself. Okay, and I know that they are very helpful. And recently, I know you will know this one, but you might not know it teaches music also. Have you heard of this app before? What do you know it for? Languages, right? Yeah. But recently they've added music and maths. Yes. So, and it's really fun, very exciting. Yeah. So that's all basically. Verse 1, verse 2. Is there any song that has verse 3, verse 4? Tell people that want to stress us. You have verse, you have the chorus here. What else? Bridge. After that, that's finished, okay? Interlude. What else do you know? Intro. What else do you know? Vamp.
Yes.
What else do you know? Have you heard of this one before?
Outro, yeah.
Have you heard of this one before? You've not heard of that one before? All right. So yes, these are elements of a song, right? So you have the verse here. You all know what the verse is. You all know the chorus, right? What people call the hook, right? The bridge. So the bridge is like a different journey. So see songwriting as a storytelling, basically. So basically, there's something I like to see songwriting as 3 questions, basically. Number 1 is, who is talking? Right? Then number 2 is to who? And number 3 is what? Who can guess? I've already given you expo.
What are you?
What are you doing?
What are you talking? Jesus. Waiting people.
So why? Okay, who is talking to who and why? So if you study great songs, if you go back to study, those songs that, when you hear it, you go and be looking for the lyrics. How many of you have felt like that when you listen to a song for the first time? You go and look for the lyrics and you want to sing along. Okay, so there's a whole lot that goes into songwriting. At the same time, there are no rules to songwriting because there are songs that have defied all these rules and principles and guidelines that have made it big. Right? There are songs that start with the chorus. Do you know? Yes. They even started with call and response. Then you say, do you understand? You get it? So there are so many songs that would break all those guidelines, but it's good to start from here. Okay? So number one, who is talking? Right? Am I the one talking to God? Or am I talking to my fellow Christians? How many people know Maverick City? You know Maverick City? If you go back and study Maverick City songs, they are usually talking to other people, other Christians, telling them about how they can make it their faith journey, or they're talking about themselves, how they can do better with their faith. Are you beginning to see all those things play out? Right? Yeah. Then who are you talking to? Okay, are you talking to God? Then why? Is it about something that happened to you? Is it about a testimony that you had? Maybe you were ill, you encountered God, and the song just dropped. You understand? And you want people to immediately hear your song, they have that same experience that you had. Why do you think you hear a song and then you start crying? Why? Because the songwriter has been able to take you to the place he or she has been. Do you understand? So there are deeper levels to these things. But these are just, like I said, some of the guidelines that would help you in your songwriting journey. Okay? Like you sing, give me an example of one song. Quickly. Right? Metaphors. What's the definition of a metaphor? Yeah, art students now. Can you help us?
You're trying to compare it with another.
Okay, with another thing that is not the literal meaning. Yeah. Right? Okay? So in Nigeria, let's talk about Nigerian metaphors. So like she said, alagbada, how can somebody wear agbada that is catching fire? Do you understand? But you're just eulogizing God. Okay? My brothers and sisters will say, that is the egg of a chicken that you use to break coconut. Is it possible? Do you understand? But that's just also a metaphor. So in our various dialects, we have so many of that. You can also use that, utilize that in your songwriting. Is it making sense? Also, I also spoke about when you're writing a song and then you get stuck. How many people have been in that place before? Raise your hand. You get stuck, you don't know where to go to again. You're like, okay, what do I do? There are some questions you can ask that can help you. Okay? We call them the 6 best friends. Okay? What are those questions? When? Why? What? Who? How? Where? So when you're stuck, in your songwriting, these guys can really, really, really help you. Okay? You can ask the question. Okay, when? If you're talking about the personal experience, when did it happen? Okay? And then when you're writing a song, let it be a journey. You don't want to make the mistake of saying everything in the first verse. Yeah? You should leave some juice also for maybe the second verse or the bridge, right? So you're taking people on a journey so that you've not said everything and then you give the producer so much work to keep the energy of the music going one way or the other because you've said everything in the beginning, right? So you want to make sure it's a journey. It's a journey. Then I said there's really no rule when it comes to songwriting, but except one rule. And it's the rule of, how do you pronounce this word? Who wants to try? Try now, try. I know English is not our language. Prosody. I didn't say it's prosody, I was just re-echoing what somebody said. Okay. Yeah? Prosody. Wow. Who wants to try again? Okay. Oh, you're checking your phone. Wow. Interesting. All right. So it's actually prosody. Yeah. So what it means is, you can check it up later. Is, let me just summarize it, where all the elements of the song work together for one common purpose, for one particular message. Okay? What did I say? When all the elements, the verse, the bridge, the rhymes, the melody line, the harmonic patterns, you understand, everything all work together for a common cause or a common purpose. Okay? Did we get that? So that is what we can say is like the only rule when it comes to songwriting. Okay? Quickly, sorry that I'm having to race through all of it, but I hope we are getting something. We'll go to practical very soon to apply all of these things. Do you know this song? I'm not thinking about the sights. Do you know the song? Won't be there to enjoy the view. You don't know the song? Okay, sing one song.
After all this year.
When you're mercy. Do we know that song? Do we know the song? In the evening. That's Maverick too, Abi. Ocean More. I know the song. Who else? Another song. I want the song everybody knows. Quickly. You know, and I will not be silent. I will always worship. So let's start from the beginning of the song. How did it start? You, Lord, you are worthy. So who is talking? Who's talking there? The songwriter. He's talking to who? To God. Why is he talking to God? You don't know. Okay, to worship, but we really don't know what happened. Something might have happened, and he just tried to say, "You, Lord, you are worthy." Okay, and no one can worship you for me, right? It's still him talking to God for all things done for me. Yeah, and no one. So listening to that, what I'm just, well, going practical now. What's one thing that you see common in all the lines? There's one thing that's common. Quickly, anybody. There's something that's common in all the lines.
You.
Beautiful. Please clap for her. Good. So you see that in that verse 1, I'm teaching songwriting. Follow me. He used you. You, Lord, you are worthy. And no one can worship you for me. For all, and no one can worship you for me. So we have entered, that's even rhyming. We are using pronouns to create prosody. Okay? So he left you, yeah, and entered the chorus. Here is my worship. Are you following? All of my worship. Receive my worship. All of. Do you know that I'm just thinking about this thing right here, right now, actually? To show you that I didn't prepare this. It brings me back to here. Music is what? It's a circle. You can never get stuck. No. Especially if you keep at it for years. I can stand here and talk from now to tomorrow. If you don't dedicate 10 minutes, 15 minutes out of your you don't need 6 hours once in a week. Nah, that doesn't work. You just need 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Do your vocal exercises. Download the keyboard on your phone. Practice ear training. Try to sing what you're playing. Even if you don't know what you're playing, just press and sing the notes you heard. That's ear training. I'm serious. If you do this on the keyboard, sing it. If you hear a horn, I'm serious. Professionals do that. Do you know that every sound is a note on the keyboard? You get it? Every sound, if I do this, is on the keyboard. Yes. So all of that is ear training. So back to our song. So you in the verse, my in chorus. Now it gets interesting. And he uses in every line. So I'm trying to relate the mind of the songwriter to you. To show you some of the things you might not have noticed. You just hear this song, oh my God, I love this song. Oh God, it's so deep. I can connect with it. But there's also, in as much as yes, there's the Spirit of God, right? That gives us creativity. But there are also some tools, like I said, can guide you. And we're just discovering, I'm just thinking about it. I've never thought about this all my life. Yeah. So let's go to the bridge. What did he use in the bridge? And I will, yeah, everything works together for a common purpose. Are you following? And he made it even more beautiful. You see, music like picture you're painting. If you call a professional painter to paint on this now, you can decide to start from here. You can decide to start from here. You can decide to start from here. But at the end, everything comes together for a common purpose or a common good. Right? So that's basically what songwriting is about. Moving on, let's talk about something else. Is the number of lines, right? Then there's the line length. Okay, how many lines does the song have? And how long is the line? Okay, then there is rhymes. There's rhyme scheme, there's rhyme types. So this is a bit complex, but I'll just try my best. And then the rhythm of each line or each of the lines. Right? So quickly, in explaining this, I'll go back to our song. Let's go to the number of lines. Now, this one, if you don't remember anything, if you remember this, it would help in your songwriting journey. It works like magic. You would begin to picture some things. Now, in maths, we have even numbers and odd numbers, right? So when you hear the word even, that means it's complete, right? It's perfect, it's settled as a whole on its own, right? But when you hear the word odd, you hear what? Instability, incomplete, you get good. So the same applies to if you marry that with number of lines. So if the total number of lines are even, is an even number 2, 4, 6, you notice that. Do we know that song? Everybody knows it. We all know it. Okay. If it's even, that's what I was saying, right, it would be whole, it would be complete. So if there are two lines, you would always, it's always complete. But if it's an odd number, okay, when we're talking about components of a song, we forgot pre-chorus. Have you heard of pre-chorus before? Pre-chorus is not the verse, it's not the chorus. It's just something that leads you into the chorus. Have you heard about that before? Rock songs have pre-chorus most times. Okay, so if it's an odd number of lines, okay, it most often than not leads you into somewhere else. Okay, an odd number of lines cannot just stay on its own and be settled. Are we following? I'm going to go practical, don't worry, and you understand what I'm saying better. Okay, but like I said, there's still no rule in songwriting, right? So let's go back to you, Lord, you are worthy. Okay, and no one can worship you for me. So if that was all the verse, does it feel complete? No, listen again. You, Lord, you are worthy, and no one can worship you for me. It feels complete, right? It feels complete. Good. So you went to, for all the things you've done for me, and no one can worship you for me. That's 4 lines. Does it feel complete?
Yes.
It feels complete, right? Now see something. You, Lord, you are worthy, and no one can worship you for me. For all the things you've done for me, and I end. Does it feel complete?
Yes. It is no and yes.
It feels no and yes.
Yes, no and yes. Well, if you can break it down or lengthen it like the third.
Listen again, listen, just listen. This is practical, just listen again. You, Lord, you are worthy, and no one can worship you for me. For all the things you've done for me. Does it sound complete, balanced? Or it sounds like something is hanging in the air somewhere? Something is hanging.
Yes.
He doesn't still agree.
Yes, I said yes.
Let me go again. You, Lord, you are worthy, and no one can worship you for me. For all the things you've done for me. And then I end. Okay, maybe it's because you know the song. Don't worry. Let me use another song. If I seek, I will find. If I knock, the door will be open. Does it feel complete? Ask, I'll receive. If I seek, I will find. If I knock, the door will be open for me.
It's not complete. If indeed you've given those reasons, there's something that should sum them up.
Yes, to sum it up, that oh, God, your prayers from God, something like that.
Okay, actually right, because I went on to receive. Seek and you will find. He will never fail you. Don't give up on him. So that's 8 lines right there. Right? And that was the verse. Are you following? Are you learning something? Then I went to the chorus and I said, I will ask. I will ask. I will seek and I will find. Then I said, I will knock. He'll open the door. The door for me. Are we following drift of things? I'm not saying it to be correct all the times, but if you just look at it, here's my worship, all of my worship, receive my worship, and I end. Does it feel complete? But maybe when you're writing a pre-chorus or a bridge, right? You can do that. You can use odd number of lines, but not for maybe chorus. Not for the chorus, right? Always aim for that. Do you understand that? Is it clear? It would help you. This one will really help you. It would really, if you don't remember any other thing, this particular one will help you.
Yeah, so I'm going to ask that. You said it's not complete that way. If you had stopped that, receive my worship. But what if you didn't like sing it the way we know it? What if you didn't sing, receive my worship, all of my worship? What if you did, here is my worship, or all of my worship, receive my worship?
So the thing is, even if no matter how he sings it, there's a philosophy to it. You remember, as I was teaching it to you, I was not singing. I was reciting the line. Let's prove it. Here's my worship. All of my worship. Receive my worship. Does it sound complete?
It sounds odd.
Do you see? It's a principle. Right? It's a principle. And one thing I also liked, I just recently thought of, with my concept of music is a circle. There's something called time signatures in music. When you're writing a song, how many people know about time signature? Raise your hand if you know about time signature. Okay, so most time signatures, on the bottom one, you have 2 under, you have 4 under, you have 8 under. Have you ever seen anyone with 3? Have you ever seen anyone with 1? So you can have 2 2, right? You can have 4 4. You can have 6 8. You can have 7 8, right? Have you ever seen anyone with 3? I just thought about this concept this morning as I was just thinking about it. You see how beautiful music is? I never read this in any book. It brings me back to this. Music is what? It's a circle. There are still some things you sitting down here will discover. And professors in Berkeley College of Music will say, how did you think about that? That's so profound. We never thought about it. I'm serious, I'm not even kidding. Right? So there's always a connection. Always. Trust me. I've seen it many times. There's always a connection. So I've answered your question, right? Quickly, line length. I'm not thinking about those sites. Won't be there to enjoy the view.
I'm sorry. What about I say, I will not be there by this time?
Okay, thank you.
I mean, I'm sorry, so please repeat the word you just said.
I'm not thinking about those sites.
Okay, so
I won't be there to enjoy the view.
So I was like, the second line now, when you say I won't.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's line length. Okay?
Yeah.
Then rhymes. You see this rhyme topic? 2-3 hours is not enough for me to finish talking about it. But I'll just try to give you some highlights. Do you know there's what we call a rhyming dictionary? Write it down. There's a rhyming dictionary. So people that did literature, they would know what that is, right? And people that are poets, people that did poetry. So you won't know about it because you really don't care. You just want to hear a poet or a great song and you're like, wow, how did they rhyme? All those wow. Blood, gods, flood, mud. You understand? And they use it. You understand? So rhyming is broad. There are so many things with the song I just, what was that song that played just now? Hmm?
You gotta be for me.
Yes. What's the verse again? Okay, watch out. Another thing you can include in your songwriting that is really good, is really great, is involving the listener in your singing. More like call and response. Okay, I forgot to touch that. Call and response is very good. The earlier you can even put it in your song, the better. Right? You saw Midnight Crew. Trust me, that's what made the song move. From the beginning, they respond, you understand? So all of the, then there's repetition, okay, for emphasis. They repeated the same thing. See, in music, in fact, in everything, less is more. It doesn't have to be so complex, so complicated. You use different chords here. No. Simpler, the better. They do not even stress the same thing. The same response. They just repeated the same thing. And that is whether it's chorus or reverse, whichever one you want to call it, call it. Do you understand? Then the whole song is called a response. So you're carrying people along. Okay? So when it comes to rhymes, there are vowel sounds. There are vowel sounds, and then there are consonant sounds. Okay? So the idea is try as much as possible to look for identical, listen to me, identical vowel sounds. Okay? I give an example of you, Lord, you are worthy. First of all, that's why songwriting might be challenging, especially if you're writing in English. In English, there are a whole lot of vowels, 17 of them. It's very hard to write and rhyme, especially if you're not using a rhyming dictionary. If you're writing a song in, let's say, Italian just have 5 vowels. So you can rhyme very simple, very easy to rhyme. You can listen to their song, you see lots of, it's very alike. Okay, but English language and Ovasabi, they have 17 vowels, you get. So it's a lot. So try as much as possible to look for identical vowel sounds. Okay? And then even in songwriting, the vowel is the king. The consonant sounds are not as emphasized as the king. Lord. If I said Lord, which sound hits you first? Is it not the R? You really didn't hear a law. I love you, Lord. What were the things you heard? Did you get? And I lift my voice. Did you hear lift? Did you say, is this a voice sound? Did you get? My voice. In the whole of voice. The only thing you heard was voice. Do you understand? So if I want to add right, maybe in the next line I put noise. Do you understand? Identical vowel sound. Okay? Are we following? Are we learning something? Another thing you can do, sorry I'm running through it, guys. Another thing you can do is to, where you have identical vowel sounds, yeah, you can use consonant sounds also at the end. Just like I said, voice, noise. Okay? So that's what rhyming basically is all about. I gave the example with, there are various ways to rhyme. You can repeat the same word, maybe just in different places of each line. It's beautiful. Just like what Phil Thompson did, like we just analyzed. You, Lord, he started with you to show you that he was intentional. He started with you. So he's telling you that he's painting a picture in your subconscious without your permission. You, Lord, you are worthy. And no one can worship you for me. For all the things you've done for me, and no one can worship you for me. Then it started again. Here's my. Started with it again. Here's my worship. Can you see it? Can you see the wordplay? All of my worship. Receive my. So you see, everything is really simple. What do you notice here? He used my on the second word in the chorus. What is he trying to do there? He's trying to create emphasis. He's telling you that this is the hook. This is where I want you to stay. I want you to soak in here. So I'm intentional about where I put this thing, this secret sauce. I put it on the second. That's how music is. Do you see that? That's why that song it went global, right? All of my, he put it there. Then in the bridge, and I started there, and I will worship. Sorry, and I will not be silent. I will always worship. As long as I am breathing, I will always worship you. Okay, so rhymes can come in different ways. Okay, are we learning something?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then the rhythm. This is the one that most people struggle with. When we talk about rhythm, what comes to your mind? When we talk about rhythm, what comes to mind? Quickly now, guys. I'm already answering the question like this. So. Rhythm is just like beats, right? Something that helps you keep the time, the way it flows, the consistency at which it flows, right? So, for example, da 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 da. That's the rhythm of one line. Listen to the next line. Da 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 da. Okay? How does that sound? Does it sound balanced? Right? It sounds balanced. Then they repeat it again. That's repetition. Da 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 da. Okay? Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Do you see that? That's the chorus of a song, one of Don McCulkin's songs. Do you see that? So the rhythm also, some people would start ta 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 ta. Then the next line they'll do ta ta ta. Do you see that? So there's a little instability. There was no much thought that went into the songwriting. Do you see that? Be seated in heavenly places. You know that song? Just like heaven. Just like heaven. See the next line. Da 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 da. Do you see that? Da 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 da. You see what he did there? He used repetition, then he also used rhythmic patterns of the lines. The second line sounds exactly like the first line. Be seated in heaven, just like heaven. Do you see that? He repeated just like heaven again. Be da 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 da. To be walking in His favor and graces. It sounds like be seated in heavenly places, right? Then, if you now know how to play an instrument, you understand that it's the same. So la 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 la. So. No, not so loud. Me fa 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 me do. Yeah. Me re. Me re me fa 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 me do. Me re me re me. Simple. Do you see that? Oh go. Hallelujah. Simple. Simple is less is more. Less is more. Right? Do you have any questions? Any questions? So does this help? Does this improve your approach to songwriting? Does it improve your approach to songwriting?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So quickly, let's talk about harmonies. Is there anybody here that has a problem with, while I wrap up, identifying harmonies from, you hear a song, you sing auto, right? And you want to get the auto part.
I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
What's the difference between the time signature and the rhythm?
Time signature and the rhythm. So, okay, good. I forgot to talk about time signatures in songwriting. Very important. The two regular ones you'll find in today is 4/4 and 6/8. Almost all the songs you have in your phone is either 4/4 or 6/8. All the praise worship you do in your church is either 4/4 or 6/8. Right? So what this means is 4 crotchet beats in the bar. Why this is 6? Okay. Go 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 go. No, that's not even. That is 6/8. Yeah, I've entered my head now. Which song can we use? You see, the great I am. You get that's 4/4. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You get. So they are related. Time signature and rhythm. It's the time signature that gives the rhythm to the song. If you go to classical music, any sheet music, have you seen sheet music before? The first thing you see is the key signature, right? That's the key the song is on. Then the next thing, the very next thing you see is the time signature to tell you that this is how the song goes. Do you understand? Then this one is 6/8. And I will no, that's 6/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Guitar people like this one too much. Like me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2. Do you get it? You get it. It has this swing feel to it. So I've answered your question. Deborah. All right. So you said you have a problem, Abby, identifying. Is that what you said? Yes, this melody and harmony wahala. This melody and harmony wahala. So I put up a video on my Instagram page. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago? Right? And I asked a trick question. I said, in this, it was a 3-part harmony. I sang with 2 other of my guys. And I said, in this thing, which of us sang no, I said, which of us sang the soprano part? That was the question I asked. It's a trick question. And I'll ask you to, and I'll use it to teach. So listen. Can you hear? Let's not go too far. Don't worry. Let's just stay in a particular place so that you're not confused. Listen. So which one is harmony? Sing from beginning. Sing the melody. I didn't say tenor. I said sing the melody. That's my question. That's the key you're giving me. Sing. So that's the melody there. I'm not thinking about the sights. Yeah, that's the melody. Now, the next question I want to ask you is, which one is the soprano part? Like I asked them. I'm not thinking about the sights. Don't fight now. Say your own. Listen again. Listen. So you have, listen, let me sing it for you. There's, I'm not thinking about the sights. That's A. Then you have, I'm not thinking about the sights. That's B. Then you have, I'm not thinking about the sights. That's C. So A, B, or C. Let me do it again. Wait, calm down. Let me take it again. A is, I'm not thinking about the sights. Yeah? B is, I'm not thinking about the sights. Then C is, I'm not thinking about the sights. So A, B, or C, which one is soprano? You said A. Oh, hold on. We'll submit our answer one by one. What was it? Yeah. Quick, decide.
B.
B. B. B.
All the autos are together. So the answer is B. Now, I now put up a video, another video to explain this thing. So since I'm here, let me just repeat the video. No need to play it for you. It is very simple when it comes to harmony, right? There's nothing technical about it. Don't let anybody teach you anything otherwise after today, right? It is very simple. This is it, and I'll teach it in 5 minutes. When it comes to harmonies, you have sopranos, then you have alto, and you have tenor, right? In your listen, don't write, pay attention. I won't clean it. In your choir, basically, this is what we do. Sometimes you have 4 parts. In extreme conditions, you have 5 parts, 6 parts. But this is basic. Even when you're learning music, chord, basic triad, 3. Okay? Do you understand? Now, you can see the way I wrote it. You can see the way I wrote it. That's the way it is in real life. Pay attention. Pay attention. The devil is trying to steal your attention. Don't allow him. So in the way I wrote it now, which one is the highest? Followed by. So which one is the lowest? Tenor. Are you following me? Please listen. After today, anything anybody says, please tell them that they are wrong. And it is very simple. Yes, there are cases and conditions where a guy is singing. You hear them, oh, I'm a guy, I can sing soprano. Forget all of that bullshit. Sorry for my word. But soprano is the highest. It's possible for a guy to sing, right? But not ideal. It's possible for a lady to sing tenor, but not ideal. Why? Because the tenor range. So there is something called soprano as a section. So these are the soprano singers, right? And then there is soprano as a part in the harmony. Are you following? There's soprano as a section, and then there's soprano as a part in the harmony. Many people mix the two up together. That's where all this quarrel and confusion comes from. What they're supposed to say, soprano as section, they say it as soprano as part. There's alto as a section in the choir, and then there's alto as a part in the harmony. They are not the same thing. Do you get it? There's tenor as a section. There's also tenor as a part in the harmony. Are you following me? Now, melody. This thing provoked me. I saw a video where one guy that says he's a teacher. Online, everybody is a teacher now because they have phone and social media. So even if you want to teach rubbish, you teach rubbish. But he was saying that if soprano is singing do, alto should sing mi, that's a third higher. Then tenor should sing so as a fifth higher than those. This is complete rubbish. F9. Yes. The melody does not belong to anybody. What did I say?
The melody does not belong to anybody.
What did I say?
The melody does not belong to anybody.
What did I say?
The melody does not belong to anybody.
I know why I'm repeating it. Neither does it belong to sopranos. In fact, that one we should say it 100 times. Because so many people think that sopranos are the owners of the melody. And I know why. Because I have an Anglican background. In Anglican sheet music, yeah, soprano always does the melody. Right? Do you understand that? But at that, this law never changed. Soprano is always still the highest part. Did you get it? I said highest part. Highest part. Highest what? Part. See, I'm taking my time so that it can sink into your subconscious. Highest what? And you do know that the highest part might not be the melody. So we sang, I'm not thinking about the sights. That was what I gave you as A. Yeah, that was the melody. Then B was, I'm not thinking about the sights. So in these two, which one was higher? The second one, I agree. So that definitely was soprano. Then the third one was, I'm not thinking about the sights. So this, I'm not thinking about the sights, and I'm not thinking about the sights. Which one is higher? The second one, yeah. So that second one was the melody. But in this case, in this context, altos were singing the melody. Are you following me? The highest part belongs to soprano. That is what is their own. Nobody can, not the melody. The melody can go to anybody. It depends on so many factors, like the key of the song. Right? What key did we agree to sing it on? Another factor is the lead singer. So I'm thinking, I'm not thinking about the sights. Okay, then. I'm not thinking. You have to remove this sustain on the delay. I'm not thinking about the sights. Wow, that's so funny. So my own key, I like to sing on is D flat. So because I've sung on it so many times, when I don't come around singing, I'm just on D flat. I'm not thinking about the sights. Okay, so I'm on B flat. That's the key I'm comfortable on. And from the way, even when I come around to talk, I sounded like a girl, I mean. Don't like it's fine, but they just I bet it every time. So that is me, right? I have a very tiny voice. So the second factor I was talking about the lead singer. So if I were to be the lead singer and I'm singing on guitar, the melodies would naturally gravitate to the altos. Why? Because my voice range is between tenor and alto, right? So the music would sound bright enough if the melody went to the alto. Tenors might struggle to sing this. I'm not thinking. Sing it. I'm not thinking. Can you see stress? Can you sing it? Sing. Sing now, remember. You can imagine. You see what happened. But see, I'm not thinking. Do I look like I'm struggling to sing it? You understand? That's because it's my voice range. I'm comfortable with it. Right? But if it was a lady that now came and is now doing all this, I'm not thinking about the sights. Right? See, on this key here, I'm on D. I'm not thinking about the sights. Naturally, soprano can sing the melody here. Do you see that? You can see how the melody went from. But what I want you to do is this with the highest part. Whenever you hear any feedback coming, just go and listen. Which one? Sing it with your mouth. It's simple. You can't miss it that way. Which one is the highest? Which one is the highest? which one is the highest? That is soprano. Which one is the lowest? That is tenor. And the one right there in the middle is alto.
I have a question. And what's the difference between soprano and treble?
Soprano and treble. There's no difference because you can't compare them. They are two different things. So that thing, what they call treble is, this is what we know as treble in music. It's called treble clef. That's the only thing the forefathers of music called treble. So whoever calls treble does not exist. This is called a treble clef, right? And the notes on that clef belong to sopranos and altos. So it's not only soprano that owns this clef. Before they come and start claiming it. Do you understand? You get it? Treble, maybe because it's brighter for the babies. Then the other one is the bass clef for tenors and basses. This is traditional music, classical music, 4-part harmonies. You see sopranos still up, their notes are always on top. How is relationship I've shown you. The stems of the, have you seen something like this? You see something like this, right? These ones belong to sopranos on treble clef. But if the altos were singing the same note, they would do it like this. To show you the arrangement. Sopranos followed by altos. If they are singing the same note, though, just to show you that this is alto, this is your level, low and sabi. The same thing replica on the bass clef. The one on top will be for tenors. But you see, on that sheet music, you have sopranos, you have altos here, you have tenors here, you have basses here. Our forefathers have told us how it's supposed to be. I don't know who wants to start bringing confusion. Highest, followed by altos, followed by tenors, followed by what? Basses.
But most people are always making that mistake. See treble.
Even
the mass choir.
Does not exist. You can't find it anywhere. That treble is soprano. No, does not exist. No. Maybe what I try to say is simply melody. And I'll explain why. Because in Orthodox music, in hymns, praise my soul, the King of heaven, to his feet. That's the melody of the song, but it's still high. Can you say, tenor of that is praise my soul, the King. So we can praise my soul, but also do praise my soul, the King. Sorry, tenor. Praise my soul, the King of heaven. While all those not doing, praise my soul, the. Do you see that? Can see how while basses can do praise my soul, the King of heaven. Do you understand that? So that is how it has been. Don't let anybody confuse you. Please, you understand it now. Do you get it? Miracle, you get it?
Yes, sir.
Alright. So that's how harmony is performed. There's no logic to it. When you're scoring song, then how can you create your own harmonies? That is more advanced. When you learn to play an instrument, you learn about chords. Right? So like we sang, let me use this thing. I'm not thinking about. So that I'm not thinking, my first note of me, right? Then the soprano was. Can you see? Even on the keyboard design, you can see that soft, higher than me. Right? Then the tenor part is. So it was still the first note to be. You see that? Tenors, altos, soprano. Is it hard?
No, not true.
Is it hard? I know. All right, so the exercise is this, really simple. You do 5, 1. Can I hear that go? Again? Again? All right, so we'll do that. Yeah, if you're doing it well, you'll feel each and modulate by half step. Okay, demonstration. Listen. Down now. Down now. All right, guys. Thank you.